On every continent, more and more professional treasure hunters trust DRS products. Our cutting-edge systems remain the only ones that are capable of revealing what truly lies below their feet.
Hello, my name is David. I've been the French distributor for DRS for a couple of years. I'm here to introduce you today to a new technology. We are not talking today about magnetometer, gladiometer, or metal detector, or even ground penetrating radar. We are here to talk about resistivity measurement. It's one of the four technology mastered by DRS. What is resistivity? Resistivity measurement measures the capacity of metal to absorb an electric current or resist this electric current. The machine will analyze this and tells you which kind of target you can find. Basically, you put several probes in the ground and you send voltage. We use 110 volts. You can find other machines on the market, but they only send like 12 volts. Basically, they're toys. Ours sends 110 volts. It's a professional device. You can achieve very, very great depth. Basically, you put a probe and then you put the cable. Depending on the length of the cable, you can achieve very, very significant depth. It comes with 4 probes and 4 times 25 meter cable. So if you put twice 25 meter cable, you can achieve 25 meter depth. If you put twice 50 meter cable, you can achieve 50 meter depth. If you put twice 100 meter cable, you can achieve 100 meter depth. The problem is you have to choose if you want to detect square or if you want to detect just a line. That is what we are going to show you. Also, you have to know that with this technology, you only scan one layer of the ground. If you scan 25 meter, for instance, depth, you will only scan 25 meter, not above, let's say 5 or 10 meters, or below 50 meters, 30 meters. You will only scan the layer consisting of 25 meter depth. You don't go up, you don't go down. So if you want to scan a whole area, you have to first scan 5 meter, then 10 meter, then 15 meter, then 20 meter. Therefore, you roll and unroll the length of the cable. Then you will have several layers that you have scanned. All the results will appear in 3D on the tablet PC that we provide. It uses the same software as we use in our X1, X2, X3, and X4 and X5 series. Our resistivity is embedded in several machines. It's embedded in the ARS. In the ARS, you can find all kinds of metal with discrimination: copper, gold, silver, iron. You can even find voids. You can even find water. There is a specific version for water. It's called a water system. It only finds water. It only focuses on water. It cannot find metal or anything. And it has no 3D or tablet PC. The result only comes on the machine. Water system only does water, but it also uses resistivity. ARS, otherwise, can find all the metal, voids and cavities and comes with tablet PC with free software. It's more elaborated product. This resistivity machine has been miniaturized and you can find it in our world-acclaimed X5. X5 is basically a gladiometer. It also includes our metal detector Ground Expert Pro, and it also includes resistivity meter. This big box, the ARS, is miniaturized in this X5. It's really like great technology. It's controlled by a joystick, like all our other devices, so it's really easy to use. You can detect around like 10 hours, so you will have plenty of time to do all your scans and save them in your tablet PC. Now we will show you how it works. ARS is very easy to use. The first thing you have to do is determine which zone you're going to scan. So imagine this thing, this rectangle, symbolizes the area we are going to scan. Imagine we put in the middle our control box. this is our control box. This is this case. But if we have X5, we put this in the middle. Okay. So we put in the middle. Then we put these probes here, 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 and here. Then each probe is linked with the cable. And then you put the cable here. Okay? For the demo, we just going to assume we use 2 probes. What's very interesting is that if you want to use 2 probes, you can double the length of the cable and you can therefore double your depth if you plug them in parallel. So, we are going to scan this area and we suppose that the case, the control box or the X5 is in the middle of this point. So, let's turn on the machine. ARS turns on. You can control it with the joystick or you can control it with the keyboard. We will show you on the keyboard. You have 4 menus. Auto scan. If you choose auto scan, it will scan all the line. So this line, this line, this line, this line, then this line and this line. So you have a great scan of the area because you scan everything. In this demo, we just want to scan between point 1 and point 2, what is what we call the A line. So it's not an auto scan we want to do because auto scan will scan everything, but just this line. So we want to select manually what we're going to scan. So this is what we're going to do. General settings is nothing revolutionary. It's basically like the delay, the sound, the battery, blah blah. But before we start the scan, we have to tell the resistivity meter the length of the probe. In our demo, we put the control box in the middle. You have 3 meters of cable between each probe. So it's 6 meters, 3 meters plus 3 meters, okay? So between point 1 and point 2, you have 6 meters. Oops. 6 meters, you see? But we can put 8 or 10, but 6 meters. We do A. So now, let's go to the manual scan. It's not really gonna work because it's plugged nothing. So, it's plugged nowhere, you know, because we're on a table. But, let's do manual scan. What do we want to scan? We want to scan A line. Not B, not C, but A line. So, basically, A line is here. We just press OK. So, it's scanning. You see, it lights here. But it's not connected, of course, it's not in the ground, but you see, it scans this, it says not connected, so there's no result. Imagine now, we want to do auto scan. So, let's say we put all the probes, you know, like this, sorry. Hop. Imagine we put all the probes here. So, we go to auto scan. Probe distance. We say, for instance, P2 and P3, we have 6 meters, again. Between P2 and P3, we have 6 meters. Always remember, this is like a representation of the area you scan. You cannot mistake, okay? And you select the length of the cable, the distance between each point. It's really easy to do. Then, what you do auto scan. And look, auto scan, it starts by lane A, between point 1 and point 2. Then, it will scan between point 2 and point 3, what we call B line. You see, B line now. So A line, it says not connected. B line is not connected, so nothing comes. C line not connected. But imagine you have water here. It would say water. If you have nothing, it would say ground. If you have iron, it would say iron. If you have copper or gold, it would say copper or gold. If you have nothing, it says nothing. You see, and now this one. If you have water, it says water. And then, in the end, it makes a summary. You will see E line, F line, not connected, of course, and all the result would appear here. Then, the results are sent directly to the tablet PC on the 3D software. The 3D software is exactly the same we use on all our ProRadar series, so it's very easy to use. DRS has developed its own 3D software that you use with all its devices. We will show you how it works. You use this software to scan and give an interpretation to the results. So you have to start first the software. The software is very easy to use. First thing, you have to choose the language. Here, click on File, Language. English is good, but you also have 8 other languages. Connection settings. Okay. You have to select the number of columns you want to scan and also the number of rows. And you see, it makes a grid. Each square measures 30 by 30 centimeters and it's a step. We always start on the lower right hand corner. And then, very important, you have to choose how you're going to scan. You choose to scan either parallel, you go like this, then you go back and again. Or you can choose zigzag. You see, you start here, you go like this, you step back, you scan, then like this, like this. Then you have to choose which kind of scan you're going to do. 3D ground scan is what you use for all our radar series. Okay? Horizontal live scan and vertical live scan are used only with X1 and X5 and X1 Pro. And resistivity is for ARS or the resistive feature of X5. But here we're going to use ground scan. And then you just press connect. We would like to remind you that on each DRS device you can choose manual or automatic scan. For automatic scan, the machine will beep. So every beep you will make a step. So it does like beep, you make a step, beep, you make a step. It gives you a rhythm. It's a very nice feature. Or you can use like manual feature. With the manual feature, every time you make a step, you just press the joystick. Okay? Now, let's see the file. We've just recorded an iron object. Here it is. Let's start with 2 dimension. You see, here you can see a red square, always on the lower right hand corner. So basically, we've been scanning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 steps by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 6 columns. So 15 steps of 3 meters, that's barely 5 meters, by 2 meters. So look, you can navigate like this with the keyboard, or you can also use, this thing. There is an embedded keyboard here. Okay? But we will use this. Every time you move the cursor, you can see on the lower left corner that the value change, 122. Now here, where the object is, we have 235, meaning that we definitely have a metallic object. How can you make sure it's a metallic object? When you open a file, you can see on the right corner a scale of color. If the metallic object is red, yellow and orange, if the total of the first 2 values, see 2.3 and 5.6, where it's barely yellow-orange, if the total is below 10, then you can imagine this target is metal. Let's see, 2.3 plus 5.6, that's 7.9. So definitely red here marks a metal object. But the blue definitely we say it's cavity, but not always. It can also be a field that has been like turned. So here we have 84.8 for the dark blue. If it is a cavity, it has to be 100%. If it's below 100%, it's not cavity, it's just ground, okay? So here, 84.8, it's not cavity, okay? Here we have a metallic object, definitely, but it's not in a cavity, it's just in regular ground. How can we determine the size of the object now? Okay, we have 3 squares. 3 squares for the length times 30 centimeters, that's 90 centimeters, let's say 1 meter. Let's imagine the width now. The width is just 1 square, see, 1, 2, 3. So that's 30 centimeters. 1 meter by 30 centimeters. The buried object on our field test is basically an old rusty pipe, okay? Now let's try to imagine what kind of depth we have here. Okay, so let's go 3D. Okay, you can see the depth is here. The first thing you have to do when you open your file is tell the software which kind of soil you've been scanning. Here we use like sandy, okay? Remember that the percentage of humidity, the type of ground, if it has rocks or no, will really influence the result you obtain and you get on the software. So sandy is pretty neutral. So let's use these two arrows on the left of the software to determine the depth. So the object starts around this, which is here, 2 meters, you see 199, and goes to, to 270. So our metallic pipe is below 2 meter and 2.70 meter deep, okay? Since it's a pipe, it's round, it's 30 centimeter wide, so it's very good and it's accurate. So you have 30 centimeter pipe between 2 meter and 2.70 meter deep. Very interesting here, you can see that there is a very visible cut. When the red is cut like this, it's metal, but most of the time it's iron. When it's cut like this, it's iron. It means that the signal has been cut. And you have a really high percentage of chance to determine that this is iron. Finally, we'd like to show you this. Let's get back to 2D. You will see here. You see here we move the cursor and you see the object is here. Okay, you see it's still moving here. Our object is here and you can see the value here. Look, 235. Let me show you. If we get back to 2D, okay, let's open this. You see it's here. Our value that interested is 235, 235, 235, 234, and it's row number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, you see, and it's step number 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Basically, it's here, you see, so it's perfect. You see the value here, 235, 235, 235, that's our metallic object, and you can see the scan value appear and are interpreted directly by a color in the software. So you see, it's very, very neat. You can determine the size and the depth of the object, thanks to our DRS 3D software.
DRS offers the most advanced metal detectors. They've been designed by our engineers in Germany after years of research and development.